then you play that middle section. You play the solos, both parts.
Yes.
And then I guess I sing again.
Yeah.
So the middle section is after the solos as well, right?
No.
Yeah. Yes.
What?
Yeah.
It's not how we did it before, but it's okay. Yeah, you do it. You take it over then.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. With this song, what do you do, Billy Moore? Billy Moore. What key?
I think we did it in A, didn't we?
That's D, right? No C.
Willie Moore was a king, his age 23. He courted a damsel fair. Her eyes were as bright as the diamonds in the night, and waving black was her hair. He courted her both night and day, to marry they did agree. But when he came to get her parents' consent, they said it could never be. She threw herself in Willie Moore's arms, as oft time had done before. But little did they know when they parted that night, sweet Anne he would see no more. She was found in a little creek right outside her parents' door.
Oh,
And the way she was, her hair. Oh, here we go. No human tongue could tell. Let's play it, me and you, one time.
oh yeah.
She was taken by her weeping friends, carried to her parents' room. And there she was dressed in a cloud of snowy white and laid in a lonely tomb. Willie Moore was a king, his age 23. He courted a damsel fair. Her eyes were as bright as the diamonds in the night, and waving black was her hair. Well, that was a mistake. I will lead you down the wrong road every time. Yes, I will. I'll lead you astray.
You sound great, Laura.
Yeah, I always can't remember those words in the end where she dies and then they come and they dress her and then her parents cry and everybody cries and then she's dead and pretty much you get the point. It's kind of how that rolls, you know.
Yeah.
How's your sound? Sound okay?
Yeah, I think it's fine.
Everybody, can you give me a slight bit more of her voice?
Before you said I was too loud.
No?
I was trying to be more delicate.
I don't know. Was it just because you were quietly singing?
I don't think so. I guess I don't know. Oh, man, this
We
phone.
recorded quite a few songs.
Under the rug.
In what key did you do that in?
Went out last night for to take a little round. That
Is
key.
that right?
Hold on, I'm having a costume problem. What key is that?
G minor, huh? Is that G minor? G minor?
Went out last night for to take a little round. I met little Sadie and I blowed her down. Went back home, got into bed. 44 smokeless under my head. Well, I began to think about the deed I'd done, and I grabbed my hat and away I run. Made a good run, a little too slow, and they overtook me in Jericho. It's a step too low, but that's a good North Carolina
A minor
song.
probably, right?
Yeah.
This is probably where we did it, right?
So they took me downtown and they dressed me in black and the buggies and hacks and they're tearing it a little too slow. Trying to go my bail. There's 4 verses in one. Yeah, it's a great melody.
Recorded once very slow.
Did it with you guys, yeah, on the scrapbook. We hardly knew each other.
We know each other now.
We do. We're well acquainted. We're familia grossa.
Well, you've been to Germany many times.
Couple.
But you did many Europe tours, huh?
Couple.
I thought you were more.
Switzerland, Germany, Denmark, the Faroe Islands, Scotland, England, Canada. I think I'm leaving something out. Northern Ireland, Tennessee, yeah. Texas, that's a foreign country.
Yeah, exactly.
I went to Texas. That was interesting. Yeah, I went to PEI, the Old Time and Bluegrass Music Festival on PEI. Do you know where that is? Prince Edward Island.
They tried to get us up there many years ago.
I learned about
premier
poutine.
sent us an email, but by the time we were able to work it out, he was no longer the premier. So.
These teenage boys came to my concert that was supposed to be for children. And there's only like 3 people there. And they were like 14-year-old boys. And I said, this is the difference between Canadian boys and American boys. I said, you guys don't really want to hear this music, do you? I mean, it's like for kids. And they're like, sure, why not? It's like, okay, here's Groundhog.
Well, that was before internet up there.
Maybe. I loved PEI. Go to a lobster supper. Now there's something. Wow.
I heard it was very neat up there. You know, Skip told us it was really neat up there.
It's very cool.
Very nice, you know.
I liked it. I like Canada. I like that part of Canada. The maritime provinces. Yeah.
They have cool music up there, don't they? It's like very Irish influence.
Well, there's Cape Breton, but that's not exactly, it's a little different place than PEI. You have to take a ferry or go over a big bridge.
Yeah,
Because
but
it's an island, imagine that.
well, yeah, that's in the name.
Is that where you fly over when you come over from Europe?
Newfoundland is where you fly over, but Newfoundland's close to there.
Is that a little south of Newfoundland?
It's north of Newfoundland, I think.
Is there anything north of Newfoundland?
Iceland.
I think there'll be some Canadian people out there on the interwebs, and they're going to correct
scold
my
us.
geography. We went to Nova Scotia, and then we took the big bridge over to PEI. That's how we went.
Well,
when we
you know
did
how
the
it is. You know,
festival.
when bands from around here say they go on Canada tour, they usually just go to Ontario. And that's pretty
I
much it.
played in
you know.
Toronto once at a pretty fun thing.
Where did you play in Toronto?
It was actually a conference for people in your big thing, like the American Medical Association, and they have an annual conference somewhere, and the conference director people go to these tourism shows.
Yeah.
So we played in the booth for North Carolina, and there were a whole bunch of different towns in North Carolina, but what was really awesome was Sonny Bono was there for Palm Springs.
Wow.
And then the,
Still mayor? Or?
yeah, and they had a grand piano in the San Francisco booth, and the entire weekend they played I Left My Heart in San Francisco. And then they had parties, and the Maritime provinces threw this ridiculous party. OMG, it was so fun. And we learned about Labatt's Blue. And we also learned about the hot tub, because every morning I was really young and didn't really drink. And every morning we'd have to get in the hot tub full of Clorox and bleach ourselves out so we could go do our gig, because
Well, we might have to do that again.
it was quite, I came back to Asheville and somebody said, I heard a story about you. And I was like, me? I don't ever do anything. I mean, what? And they said, something about you dancing on a chair. And I was like, oh yeah, that was me. But it was Ted White's fault. It was totally Ted White's fault.
Of course. Who's else?
1 minute, no more travel log. Okay. This has been brought to you by Canada.
How you doing, Melissa? Melissa, all good?
It's all good. It's all good. I'm chatting with our online friends while I still have a minute.
Oh, it's wonderful.
Yeah.
People out there Friday evening.
Yeah.
Want to go live in just a minute and a half or something like that, right?
Are we going to go live now? Actually.
Okay.
Wow.
Coming to you from beautiful Wilkes County in the foothills of the Blue Ridge Mountains in North Carolina, we invite you to the musical world of the Kruger brothers. Sit back, relax, and welcome to the show with your hosts, the Kruger brothers.
Hello, everybody.
Here we are, Friday evening.
Friday evening with a brand new special guest.
Oh, not brand new.
Well,
Oh.
new enough. Laura
I was your
Boosinger.
first brand new special guest. Yes.
Laura Boosinger is
I'm
here.
back. I'm back for a rerun.
Yes, last time you were on the show, we did a gospel
Yeah,
sing-along.
because of the
Sunday, yeah.
Academy.
It was a great success. So many people downloaded the booklet, that was for download. And it was great. So many people, actually sent in pictures of them singing along on the computer with the songs. But
that's
this
swell.
show tonight especially is about you. We wanted to have you as you're called the Carolina Songbird. And we get into this a little bit later. And why don't you just, we just start off with a song. What is it? Banjo, Pickin Girl.
Pretty appropriate.
It's pretty
Yes,
appropriate.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Now, a lot of these tunes we never played together, and that's we rehearsed all afternoon to see what's left of this.
As if that
It's gonna be
helps.
interesting to see.
It's like Luke Smathers used to say, it's G, C, D, and various other chords.
In the
Those
neighborhood.
various other chords that always got us. So here's one from the Coon Creek Girls, one called Banjo Pickin' Girl. Chattanooga, baby mine. I'm going to Chattanooga, baby mine. Going to Chattanooga, from there on to Cuba. I'm going just a little bit further south. And I'm going to Tennessee, baby mine. Going to Tennessee, baby mine. Going to Tennessee, don't you try to follow me. I'm going to Tennessee, here's your part, sing. I'm going round this world, baby mine. Going round this world, baby mine. Going round this world, I'm a banjo picking girl. I'm going round this world, oh, pick-a-doobie. Carolina, baby mine. Going to North Carolina, baby mine. Going to North Carolina, from there on to China. I'm going to North, that's over by Charlotte. You ain't got no money, baby mine. You ain't got no money, baby mine. If you ain't got no money, get yourself another honey. If you ain't got no money, baby mine. 'Cause I'm going round this world, baby mine. Girl, I'm going around this world, let's all pick it one time. Let's sing her one more time. Well, I'm going round this world, baby mine. Going round this world, baby mine. Going round this world, I'm a banjo picking girl. I'm going round this world, baby mine. I loved it. Listen to that response. The crowd goes wild. Woo.
Crowd goes
wild
wild.
for you, Laura.
Peabody, can you turn Laura down a little bit in my headphones? Now she's singing really loud. And give me a little bit more bass because I can't hear the bass.
That's what you get.
Yes. Thank you. I just heard a banjo. I thought, well, am I playing already?
I have a full stereo in my head.
Yes.
I'm surrounded by banjo.
You're a lucky man.
I should have put on heavier strings on my guitar.
That's about as rambunctious as I'm going to get, though.
Well, you never
Well,
know.
it was great. Now, Laura, I said
Yes, sir?
before, you called the Carolina Songbird, right?
Actually, the songbird of the Smokies.
Hey.
Well,
All right, okay,
Actually,
okay. The
it's-
greatest Smokies.
It's because when I played with Luke Smathers, when they started playing music back in the 20s and 30s, all the radio stars, when there was a woman on the show, she had to be a sister or a cousin, like Cousin Emmy. So they'd have an interesting name. Sunshine Sue, I think, was in Richmond. So you couldn't just go on a program with a bunch of men if you were a female without having some sort of a, cute title. So he called me the Songbird of the Smokies.
Well, how appropriate.
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
except when I sound like a mockingbird. They're not very palatable,
At one point, they wanted to call me Swiss Miss. I protested that vigorously.
They still did it.
because you're rich and
I'm not blonde. Nope. But I'm creamy, so.
So, Say, Darling, Say. I heard that first time from the Red Clay Ramblers, on an album of the Red Clay Ramblers.
yeah.
Where's
And
that from?
I always, used to hear it at Fiddler's Grove all the time, and there was a band from Virginia, I think, that played it, but Sheila K. Adams also did a nice version of it. I think she learned it from a West Virginia banjo player, maybe. But I changed the words up a little bit.
And you added the part.
I added an extra part, because otherwise it was just one thing, the one melodic part that went over and over, which is okay, especially if you're at a fiddler's convention, you're going to play the same tune for 20 minutes, which happens a lot. it's dark and there's a little campfire and you just play and you get in a little zen moment there and just do it, But I wrote this song about unrequited love, really. And if you're paying attention, the last verse is pretty dang funny, but nobody ever laughs. Do you have a laugh track over there, Melissa? So at the last verse you can go, I think that'd be awesome. No, I'm just kidding, really. Because you don't even have a clue what the last verse is. I mean, no, I know you don't. You didn't pay attention.
How did it go? What key are we in?
We're in the key of D.
Okay,
that's even
good.
right on the paper. All right. Is everybody having fun yet? Say, darling, say, pretty blue eyes and lips so sweet, neatest hands and sweet little feet. Say, darling, say. Say, darling, say, someday you will go away and I'll still love you every day. Say, darling, say. When you go, you will smile and I will know. Say, darling, say, someday you'll come back again. You'll love me, but I'll love him. Say, darling, say.
As you can see, we have the Carolina in the Fall Jam, the banner up that we had on stage last year and the year before when we did this Carolina Jam.
At the hotel,
Just the Carolina in the fall weekend, and it's raining out there.
So that's
right now,
so you're lucky you're at home.
Yeah, we're doing okay.
Actually, we're doing okay. Hey, Peabody, I'm sorry, I said it wrong. Can you make the banjo louder again? But the voice was too loud. You turned the banjo down. It's okay. Thank you, Peabody. Well, yeah, Carolina in the fall. That's really an important weekend. We would have had around 3,000 people this weekend.
Yeah.
Again in Wilkesboro, with the help of the Isom family, Dale and Daniel and Michelle, and
the whole town of Wilkesboro.
And then, of course, the whole town and the town of Wilkesboro helping. Yes, a great festival.
Yes, and we always had this on Friday evenings. We had the last few years we had the Carolina Jam where we would have a lot of people come up and we would just sit there and goof off for an hour and a half or something.
I do remember our Swiss friends, Donnie Turler, Mark Gamber, everybody came. It's just fantastic musicians playing and people having so much fun.
But always a very loose feeling. And we have this tonight here too.
Yes,
it's great.
Yeah,
just
very thankful.
Be easy and fun. That's what we're after.
It's a little unusual that we don't have Jody here. He's was too busy. He's got to take care of business.
Yes.
And so
today, shorthanded. He couldn't go, but be. Hello, Jody.
Jody.
Love you, Jody. So this is one of the.
Melissa's here. That's even. That's very important.
Yeah.
Because she does all the cuts and everything, all the double frames, the triple frames, all those things. You know, she makes me fit on the camera, which I don't know how you do that. But she's taken a photography course, so that's probably, you know, this is why you can do that. It's like.
So we're gonna do a fiddle tune.
A fiddle tune, right?
Yeah, this has got a Scottish feel, and I'm going to send it out to a little boy with a Scottish name. This is for Carlisle. Are you out there, Carlisle?
St. Anne's Wheel. Nope. It's St. Anne's or St. Annie's? St.
St.
Anne's.
Anne's. St. Anne's. I'm gonna swallow.
Making me thirsty.
So, Laura, do you come out of a musical household or?
No. I have an aunt who was a pretty good singer, but really, no, my musical household was getting a record player when I was 6. I think my brother and I got one for our birthday when we were 5 or 6. And, you know, we got one record and it was cowboy songs. I ride an old paint, I lead an old Dan, I'm going to Montana for to throw the Julian. They feed in the coulee doggies and they water in the draw. Their backs are all matted and covered with straw. Ride around, little doggies, ride around them slow. They're fiery and snuffy and raring to go.
Yes.
Yeah, and also where we lived, we could watch Roy Rogers and Dale Evans.
Yeah.
I really hoped she'd fall off her horse.
But how did you get into old-time music then?
That was funny. I wanted her to fall off her horse because I loved Roy Rogers when I was 5 years old. I had a thing for Roy Rogers.
I already fell off the horse 3-4 times today. The show's only been going on for 17 minutes.
I went to college and you could take banjo lessons for college credit, and I thought, why not? I didn't know anything about any kind of banjo playing. I didn't know there were different styles. I didn't know there were different kinds of banjos. I didn't know some had 4 strings and some had 5 strings. And David Holt taught clawhammer banjo, and I said, okay, sounds good to me. And that's when I started to learn about stuff. I was 19 when I started to learn to play the banjo. And, you know, then I started meeting people in the area, all kinds of musicians. There was one family band in Haywood County that had 3 daughters that were about my age. And so that was just great because there were women my age that I could hang out with and play music with their dad and one of the husbands. And so that was super fun. And just, you know, people were very welcoming in the community where I really grew up learning to play music. And if you were respectful and interested, nobody ever turned you away. They were just glad that you wanted to learn. And I met some wonderful people that way.
Well, that's happened to me here too, you know, when we first came here. Used to just go down to the pawn shop and just hang out, and people would just come in and pick and play and show me things. And
then there's a
just-
cook shack.
It's still like that today, I reckon, you know, if there's so many young musicians around that learn the craft, you know,
Yeah. And it's a great thing about the people I played it with in Asheville when I was growing up in this music. Nobody ever played just one thing. So you might play an old-time tune, you might play a bluegrass tune, you might play a country tune, you might play a swing tune. So it was all over the place. Somebody might sing a religious song. There was never just people playing old-time music in an old-time jam. It was all over the map. So that was really great.
That's what we found too when we came from Switzerland, you know, just all over the place.
Yeah. And that made
Carolina
it really fun,
music,
you know. That was great.
What is this song going to be? Single Girl?
The Carter family song.
Carter family song.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's
You're playing your beautiful old guitar there.
yeah. I'm afraid I'm going to run into this mic. That's what I'm worried about that. I'm going to scoot back just a little bit. So this is actually a song about why it might be better to be single than married if you're a female. You ready? Single girl, go and dress so fine. Go and dress so fine. Married girl, she wears just any kind. Wears just any kind. Single girl, goes to the store and buys. Goes to the store and buys. But the married girl, she rocks the cradle and cries. Rocks the cradle and cries. Single girl, go and where she please. Go and where she please.
Wow, yeah. Crowd's going wild.
They're throwing their babies in the air.
That's a good song.
And I just love listening to your singing. It's just I could just sit here and I sometimes forget to play. Just want to hear what you're saying. You know, it's such a wonderful voice.
Thank you. That's really sweet.
Well,
Now you're going
okay,
to sing.
Is it okay if I give you a little break?
Yes, I'm very excited about this.
An old Kruger Brothers stamp album of a Doc Watson record. A little tune called "Tough Luck Man." Every man gets a tough look sometime when he ain't got a nickel nor a dime, and I hope I'll be lucky some old day. Oh, my woman, she just don't care for me since she found out broke as I could be, and I hope I'll be lucky some old day. If I work and I gamble, I play fair. And if I gamble and I lose, boys, I don't care. And I hope I'll be lucky some old day. I'm gonna work on that new rail line. If I have to make a dollar and a dime, and I hope I'll be lucky some old day. And I hope I'll be lucky some old day. And I hope I'll be lucky some old day.
That was fun. One time I said to these guys, "Don't throw me in the briar patch," and they looked at me like, "What are you talking about?" So I tried to explain to them about Brer Rabbit and how his whole thing was getting away was, say just the thing you wanted somebody to do. So when you say, "Don't throw me in the briar patch," then the brother bear, whoever, would throw him in the briar patch, and that's how he got away. And I told that to Jens, and he looked at me and went, "That's really stupid."
I didn't say that.
Yeah, you did.
You did? I did?
Yeah, you did. At Caroline in the fall.
But I was making fun.
Yeah, so I've been looking for, Uncle Remus books to get you so that you could understand how that works. Where did that go? Does anybody see it?
Yeah, right here.
Oh, it's technology.
It's okay.
I don't know if that's right or wrong. Right or wrong, I'll always love you. Let's go up here.
So there's two banjos, lots of tuning going on. It's really worth it. Got a little tune called Shady Grove.
Yeah, it's got a little bit of a different part to it. This was Doc and Rosalie's courting song, and to me it's always been the most sort of mountain song. After the movie Cold Mountain came out, a producer came to Asheville from Nashville to get some traditional musicians together and bluegrass musicians and made a CD called Return to Cold Mountain. He wanted to capture what the music really was in our area, because if you remember in the movie, one of the main singers in that movie was the folk singer Sting.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Or as Earl Scruggs called him, Stang. He really did. So they asked me if I'd play on it, and I said sure, because I knew it was the only record I'd ever be on that was in Walmart. So that's my claim to fame. So we did Shady Grove, and Jack Lawrence was supposed to be there to play guitar, but he was late. So I had to play both parts. Not at the same time. But
Same time, right?
no. So here's Shady Grove. You'll know it. You'll like it. Sing along. Well, it's peaches in the summertime, apples in the fall. If I can't have Shady Grove, I'll have no one at all. Shady Grove, my little love, Shady Grove, I know. Shady Grove, my little love, bound for Shady Grove. I had a big gray mare, corn to feed her on, little Shady Grove to stay at home, feed her while I'm gone. Shady Grove, my little love, Shady Grove, I know. Shady Grove, my little love, bound for Shady Grove. I saw Shady Grove standing in the door, had her shoes and stockings in her hand, her pretty bare feet on the floor. A kiss from pretty little Shady Grove, sweet as cherry wine. There's not a girl in this whole world prettier than mine. Shady Grove, my little love, Shady Grove, I know. Shady Grove, my little love, bound for Shady Grove. Some come here to fiddle and dance, some come here to tarry, some come here to fiddle and dance. I came here to marry. Shady Grove, my little love, Shady Grove, I say. Shady Grove, my little love, can't wait till the judgment day.
That was probably the slowest we ever played this song.
And it was a little fast. That was my fault, though.
No, actually, I thought it was nice.
You did? Okay.
Yes.
Then it's nice, ladies and gentlemen.
But did you think it was too slow?
I thought it was a hair fast.
Yes, me too.
But
I also thought it was a little.
Yeah. Okay. Good.
For you, you know what the version we practiced was slower.
I know, because my theory of playing music is to start slow and taper off.
That's a good idea.
I don't like to rush these things, Like to. Okay. Oh, looky here! It's another fun tune.
So you made a lot of great recordings, and one of your really spouses for all these years has been Josh Goforth.
Yes.
Your music spouse.
Yeah.
That sounds... Well, you know, that's pretty funny that you would say that, because we sometimes joke that Josh is so much younger than I am that people think I'm a cougar. But actually what we found out was I'm actually too old to be a cougar. I'm actually would have been a jaguar. I know, who knew that was even a thing? Yes, in fact, I'm older than Josh's mother, so I don't know that I could really be his musical spouse, but we definitely have a very sweet familial relationship, and it's just wonderful to see what he's done with his music and his life.
No, but I mean, you both were teaching at our academy, and you were supposed to be back with our academy this year, and unfortunately it didn't work, you know. And for next academy, you're still on, right, with Josh? So
I hope so.
yes, as soon as we can do it, I mean, we're going to do it again, and we have to make a decision at one point. But it's just great. If you can, you know, try to. Did you bring some CDs? Where can they buy the CD?
At lauraboosinger.com.
lauraboosinger.com. Okay, and they have a great CD there. How many did you make with Josh?
Well, we made our duet CD, and then we made a tribute CD to Luke Smathers, who I've talked about some. And Josh plays fiddle on the fiddle tunes. And then when we did the swing numbers, Buddy Spiker came in and played fiddle.
How's Buddy Spiker doing?
I guess okay. Haven't heard from him in a while. And Josh and Brian Sutton play guitar on that record. And then Joey Miskelin, who is the Riders in the Sky accordion player, we had 7 different tunes we wished he could play on, but he only had 1 hour to record. And one of the ones was Little Grass Shack, and we left the intro for him. So if he hadn't played, we'd had to dub something else on. But in an hour, he sat in the booth with that accordion and played all 7 tunes. It was incredible. It was so fabulous. So that one's called Let Me Linger, and it's really one of the most joyful CDs I think I've made. It's really fun.
Yeah, I love that CD.
And then John Hartford played on a couple of my CDs, and that was really awesome too. So
Well,
I've had some really good help.
You're a lucky girl.
I know. Look at this help, y'all. Isn't this great? And I want to say to y'all out there in music world, please think about your venues and your small nonprofit organizations where you live. Because like my nonprofit, Madison County Arts Council, we're lucky to have the Kruger brothers twice a year. But if these small venues don't stay alive, then it's going to be hard for us to program the Kruger brothers. So if you feel compelled, and you should be, throw a little money in your community toward your nonprofits and your arts venues, because the arts are really struggling. They just canceled another season of the Metropolitan Opera. That's 1,000 people who don't have a job.
Yes.
Yes. So just think about that in your communities, and I'd appreciate that. Thank you.
Well, very nice of you. And of course, we appreciate your donations, you know.
Yes.
Keep us afloat. It's crazy. I mean, we think about it, we're still going on like that, and we were hoping maybe that we could go on the road again in the fall, but it's going to take a little longer, but sooner than later we will be on the road again. And
One way or the other.
One way or the other. Okay.
Jens and I, we will be flying to Switzerland in not even a couple of weeks now, and then. But our shows are going to go on.
Yes, because
magically
we pre-recorded 8 shows, 6 shows. We're going to pre-record the next 2 hours next week, and they're going to air exactly the same times, Friday and Saturday. And we have lots of great material we recorded. We're very proud of it, and so. In our absence, it will go on, but then when we come back, it's going to be going live right away. We're going to come back on Thursday,
yes.
And Friday we already have the next show, and it's going to be a lot of fun. So
it'll be crazy.
So anyway, so here we go with a tune called "Gold Watch and Chain."
Yeah, another Carter family song.
Yes,
in a funny tuning, a funny banjo tuning. Ready? Darling, how can I stay here without you? I have nothing to cheer my poor heart. I'm sad and I'm lonesome without you. that diamond ring and the lock of your hair, that old card with your picture upon it. It's a face that is false but is fair. Though I pawn you my gold watch and chain, love, and I pawn you my gold wedding ring, I will pawn you this heart in my bosom. Only say that you love me again. Well, the white rose that blooms in the garden, it blooms with the love of my heart. It bursts through on the day that I met you. It will die on the day that we part. Oh, upon you my gold watch and chain, love, and upon you my gold wedding ring. I will pawn you this heart in my bosom. Only say that you love me again. Chain, love, I pawn you my gold wedding ring, and I pawn you this heart in my bosom. Only say that you love me again. Only say that you love me again.
Thank you so much. And good night.
Thanks, everybody.